Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Drunks and Dragons Random Encounters. This week I will be your host, Tim Lanning, and joining me is the most beautiful Jennifer Cheek.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going to not say me and make a joke out about it.
Also joining me is the most beautiful Michael Thrifty Nerd Tomorrow.
Do you mean two-time cage winner, Michael Thrifty Nerd Tomorrow?
I think I'd know you if you're a two-time cage match winner. I didn't probably boss.
Probably also
I'm
right.
just a cage winner.
Oh, cage winner, you want cages. I get it. And also, the beautiful Sarah Tompkins.
Hello, four-time cage winner.
Oh shit.
Awesome! And this week, Mike Bachman, unfortunately, is really shirking his duty.
Mike Bachman's in jail.
He's lazy.
He's just sleeping it off in jail.
He's sleeping it off. This is like Andy Griffith. He's just going there because he's drunk.
He has his own key to the cell. No, he killed one too many hobos,
Yeah.
and the local police could not look away anymore.
He's in hobo timeout.
A jail cell.
That is what they call it.
It's hobo timeout. That sounds like a good place
But
to be.
we are here to record another episode of Random Encounters, and I bet y'all who don't follow us on Twitter are like, I don't really know.
I don't understand at all what you're talking about. We're recording on a different night than we normally do, and it's my fault. I apologize.
Yeah.
God, Thrifty having obligations outside of
I had
podcast.
important obligations on Wednesday, so I couldn't do it.
They weren't that important. They were not
What'd you do?
important at all.
Luckily, no one has asked me what
Yeah,
those
well, I
obligations
just
are
assumed it
yet.
was private.
Well, what'd you do?
He was watching Sleepy Hollow 5 episodes in a row because I made him.
Are you serious?
I'm judging
No.
you.
No, I was watching baseball.
Oh,
true?
that you know what? Actually, that's all right.
You fucking
That's-
nerd.
That's I do like the concept of us calling someone a nerd for watching baseball.
Us, the people that live in the town of the socks and the beard and the duck tours.
Yeah, we're there.
Gosh, we're so good at
We
basketball.
live there. I have to tell you, I'm glad the World Series is over because now I don't have to deal with Red Sox fans on the train anymore.
Oh, fucked up.
I know, I'm a bad
We live down the road from Fenway.
Yeah, we live
So,
close to it.
makes sense.
But congrats.
You guys are
Red
going
Sox.
on just like all mic'd out on the Red Sox.
I don't
It's really
know.
upsetting me.
I have no hatred towards the Red Sox. I have been to games and
Who's Mike
enjoyed
Dow?
them.
So we're going to play Durance this evening, which is, think of it as the darker sister sibling of Fiasco.
Which is kind of weird to say considering how dark our fiascos
Yeah.
go.
I think there's always like an air of mischievous sort of
Well, there's
puckishness.
dark.
It's more like
It's
more like
gritty.
Scorsese than Cohen.
Yeah.
Right. It's more serious. Right?
So we're gonna try.
Maybe?
It sounds like
It might not be. It might not. It might end up being completely not serious at all. We'll have to
Scene one.
see what happens.
Your oath is you want dick.
I must have dick. You break
Okay,
the
so
you don't get any dick.
let me run through because it's a little bit more structured than Fiasco as well. So
Yes.
let me run through it really quick.
And y'all, once again, the Random Encounters feed is teaching you a new game. So
Yeah, you're
It's a
welcome.
game. It is actually made by the same exact dude who made Fiasco. Or
the
people.
Bully Pulpit.
So I think it has a similar vibe.
Yes.
You
Well,
can
'cause
definitely tell it's by the same guy.
Or guys. I don't know how many
Or
people.
people. Yeah, it's the same from the same gaming
Company.
peeps.
Hey guys, or girls. Maybe they have a girl that works.
It's definitely. I think there's a guy who's is credited as writing it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's Jason.
Yeah, Morningstar.
Born.
Yeah, Jason Bourne. Matt Damon actually wrote it.
Oh my gosh. Jason
Damon.
But okay, so the whole thing revolves around the idea that that you live in some sort of future world and there's too many criminals or something. I don't know what the reasoning is. But
Okay, so we have this giant planet, right? Overpopulation. The prisons are just busting, right?
Mhm.
But there's
Mhm.
this event. Let's just call it the event where we discovered the way to travel light years upon light years quickly, or even maybe ways to we can travel light years upon light years. It took us 250-ish days to get to the planet we're on. Basically, all the strife within our own Earth resulted in all the factions saying, yes, let's send these convicts out to colonize these far Earth-like planets.
Yeah.
Right.
Or somewhat habitable planets.
Right. Now the issue is that ugly capitalism reared its head once again, and the planet surveyors might have lied a little bit about the habitability.
They cut a few corners, let's say.
Let's
Yeah.
say, hey, there might be indigenous peoples, there might not be so good atmosphere, whatever. They're out to make a buck.
Right.
So the thing is, they send the prisoners. So they empty out essentially all the jails on Earth, in the colonies around Earth.
Well, I think they were like in hulks in orbit or something like that. And
yeah, like there's like space prison.
Right.
Yeah, and it's I mean the concept is like if Australia were its own planet and there were lots of them.
Right.
And not current Australia, but past Australia.
Yeah.
Past Australia.
Yeah, right now Australia is completely full of convicts.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
There is
All
actually
terrible-
at the end of the book there's a way that you can play as Australia.
Oh man.
Oh, really?
Set up
Really?
exactly the same way, and you can just play it in it's just Australia instead
That's
of
funny.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
That's funny.
Pretty neat. So it works kind of like Fiasco in that you go around and you just sort of role play different scenes, but there's a lot of things that are different about it.
And it's actually not nearly as much role play. It's sort of this.
Yeah, it's more like you're describing
It's
things that
almost like
happen-
admin play, is the way that I understood it.
I think it's like all role play, dude. What are you talking about?
Because it said you're not necessarily controlling your characters. You're not
Yeah,
necessarily.
because someone else can play as your character and like
It's,
weird things
Because
like
in
that.
Fiasco, you'd be like, "Hey, it's me, Sarsaparilla, talking to this." It's like the person that sets up the scene. It's like, "Hey, I wonder what happens this," and then you're kind of like, "Well, they might do this, they might do that."
Also, if
it's
you
more, it's almost like third person / omniscient narrator.
So what happens is the way a turn works is that a guide sets up it's the guide's turn, and they set up a scene, or they don't set up the scene, they ask a question,
hmm
and whatever the question is, then the rest of the people set up a scene based on that, and the guide, in most cases, the guide isn't going to participate in that, like isn't going to play a role unless they are specifically requested to by the rest of the people.
Right.
And then the people just play out the scene, and then the guide might ask, like, "Oh, hey, can you explain this a little bit more?" or something like that.
Yeah.
And it also seems like they want you to be asking like loaded questions. Like you can set
Yeah.
a question, so you're not just like, "Oh, like what are you guys doing today?" It's like,
I wonder what
So-
happens if Smithers, actually told Mr. Burns he wants to fuck him.
right.
Right.
So you can like set up the scene through a question.
Yeah.
You can direct
And I think
how
the
things
most
are
important
going.
thing that separates this, in my personal opinion, without playing this game yet, outside of Fiasco, is that the person posing the question has nothing to do with the scene. They just kind of guide it through little small
Yeah.
changes. And I think that is actually a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm. So we go around and we basically all together build a planet and a colony by picking things and crossing things off the list, and then we each get 2 notable characters to play. And there's two sides. There's the authority side and there's the criminal side or the convict side, and everyone will be picking one person from each side, and then further in that there's a ladder which is like the most powerful people down to the most low level people, and so you're going to be picking like one person on each side that aren't on the same rung of the ladder, if that makes sense. So you can't like have one person who plays 2 of the lowest scum, or one person who plays 2 of the top bosses on either side of.
Yeah.
You have like a
'cause
mix.
They
Right.
want to kind of have differing opinions.
And don't you
Right.
also pick one of the like quote unquote good guys and one of the quote unquote
Right, exactly.
bad
Yeah,
guys?
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
One from the authority side and one from the convict side. And then, furthermore, each person has an oath that they cannot like break.
Or they're trying
And
not to anyway.
They're trying not to break. They will.
Right.
People will
They're
break
probably
their
gonna
oaths.
break it.
And
Unless
you
we
know,
screw up, people will break their oaths.
that'd be hilarious. And really, they aren't trying to break it, but the issue is that we're trying to break each other's oaths.
Right.
That's
And
what it
also,
sounds
Also, we are assigning the oaths to other
Yes.
people in most cases. Like, it's possible for you to assign your own oath, but like you're supposed
Right.
to.
It's just like Fiasco, where you could set up your own relationship, but you might want to jump in and be like, oh, I want Thrifty and Jennifer to be gay male twins, things like that.
So you go. So basically, the questions will usually directly like confront that oath. So it might be like, my sister, my oath is to protect her. And then the question might be like, what happens when the leader of the other side is in a room and wants to kill your sister?
Yeah.
And then like, how do you deal with that? And so, either somehow your character is going to get killed or your sister's going to get killed, and once your oath breaks, then that character is basically done.
Right. They can still be. It's really interesting because
They become a minor character.
Right. A character can either die or just become a minor character. They're no longer notable, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have 8 notable characters, 2 non-notable characters, and then infinite number of minor characters. Right.
And if you lose a character, then you just go and grab another one, and they can actually be on the same side or in the same rung as your current character.
Okay.
Is it usually like one that's already been established, like some other like?
Well,
side
Thrifty will
character?
pick the final 2 because he read all the rules, I believe.
Yeah. I guess that's the other thing that can happen is when somebody breaks their oath, and then big shifts happen in the game. So somebody is going to. So they pick one of 3 things, I think. Let me see if I can pull it up.
And again, this is one of our learning as we play. We read all the rules. Maybe not all of us read the rules 7 times. Maybe not all of us read all the rules. But this game seems super fun, so we want to kind of both show you how we learn together while creating cool content. This isn't one of our Friends episodes. This is one of our How Stuff Works episodes.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, when an oath breaks, either somebody switches places on the ladder, so they'll either move up or down, and they can move up or down any number of spots.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
It'll just have to make sense for.
I'm the Dapper Dandy, and I was a Marine.
Right. So that's one choice. Another choice is that the drive for the entire planet changes. Or you can actually change one of the survey or colonial record things. So, like, whenever an oath breaks, some big shift happens.
And the other thing, so in Fiasco, you kind of have a set number of rounds that you do. There's not really a set ending. It's just that when half the characters are either dead or have broken their oath, it's kind of like, okay, you can wrap up now.
Right, and then so I don't know how it's going to end. It might not like have a nice tidy wrap up.
Might not, yeah. And
Well,
they even said that.
It sounds kind of dope. It's sort of like a mid-season / series ending of a show. It's like things are abysmal. They just end. It doesn't sound like the only good ending in Durance is like the planet exploding or like the colony gets overrun. The surviving is we live in the day.
This is the season finale of 2 guys, 2 girls, and a post-apocalyptic hellscape.
Exactly.
I would love there to be a pizza place on here
Oh
somewhere.
my gosh, there has to be.
there should be a pizza place.
Pizza be Mariakushi.
The pizza's made from like rocks and dirt, though. Like, no food on the planet.
Alien mushrooms.
So the other thing that's very different than Fiasco is instead of people voting on how a scene goes, if there's uncertainty, whoever is the guide for that turn will roll 2 of the dice, and because there's 3 dice involved here, and the way that those dice end up is how how the uncertainty will play out. So there's servility, savagery, and then some other thing that we will pick, and so it'll have to be like the scene will resolve through servility, savagery, or whatever the other thing is.
I don't understand the servility.
Okay,
I don't understand.
I didn't understand it at first too, but once I did, I was like, oh, that's awesome. So, our planet is like caste system oriented.
Yeah.
So
like whoever's ahead of you, you do what they say.
Exactly. Now there's also savagery, where if you are ahead of me in the caste system, but I've had enough. You push me to my breaking point. I bash your head in with a rock. That's savagery. That's
so servility is the highest one. You just do whatever they say.
Do whatever, and
but
you
if
exploit.
If it's like low and savagery is high, then you're like, fuck
exactly.
you. I'll
it sounds like, and then there's the third, which we decide later.
Because those are different things like indulgence. And
right.
Yeah, just like literally
It's kind of like the tone of the planet in a way. Almost.
Yeah, it's like if the planet's dying, we'll put past our animalistic human wants or our bureaucratic ladder system to be like, oh shit, we don't have food.
Yeah, there's one that's like safety.
Yes.
So,
yeah. So I mean, just like Fiasco, there's no wrong or right answer. We'll just figure it out.
We're just making a world. We're just making it.
Here's the other thing though: when you roll the dice, and which should happen fairly regularly, if you get, like, let's say you roll, 2 6s. If there's a tie, then an event happens.
Oh.
Like a thing will happen, and let's say like the dice that are out are like a 3, a 2, and a 4, and then you pick up the 3 and the 2 and you roll them and you get 2 more 4s, so you got all 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Then like a cataclysmic thing happens.
Awesome. Oh my god.
So
that's fantastic.
Giant sandworms.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be hard not to create Dune and all. Can we make an initial rule? Let's not create Dune.
Try not to do Dune. Then we.
I did.
No Dune.
So I mean, in theory, like, this isn't played super goofy, so I don't know. We kind of only do goofy, so we'll have to see what happens.
Man, maybe we won't. We'll see.
Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go all serious. This will be like the Mad episode where we're like,
fuck you!
Get all of our angers out.
My oath is to overthrow the owner of the websites that I make content for and destroy his family and get a divorce.
What?
And marry the girl that I met a few months ago in Boston.
What?
I have 3 oaths.
Oh no.
Wow. You only need to have 1. But
I know, but I got.
You chose to.
No, this is in the game. This is in the game. This is
These are just your life oaths.
Yeah. That's whatever.
Okay, so I guess we can start playing. Does anyone have any questions, or like
I
anything
have
that's really
29,000, but I think the only way to address them is by starting.
Just dive in. I mean, okay, because here's the thing. Maybe other groups who play games like really, really research beforehand. But I feel like most people who play games are just gonna do it like we do.
Tell that to 7 Wonders in the Game of Thrones board game, which we haven't touched out of fear.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I guess people do super research, unlike us.
I was thinking about that when I was taking out the recycling. Like, you idiot, just play it.
Just do it.
It's 2 hours. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, in the example they give in the book, they make it sound like, oh, this one person in your group read the thing and the rest of you didn't. So,
yeah, that is true.
That's true for.
And I read 35 to 39 pages of it.
I made nachos, so I read part of it.
Y'all, if I die from fatness, I've had a lot of fat and sugar today, so I might die.
I'm trying to kill Tim.
It's most.
Is that your oath?
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd kill me. I don't really have any assets.
That's a good point. This is not a good deal for me.
You don't know her life insurance policy on you. So.
I asked her that the other day.
I don't know. It's a secret.
I'm trying to figure out how long I can live to pursue my dreams when she dies.
2 weeks.
Shit.
A lot of life insurance. Okay, so are we gonna go, or do we have any questions?
I guess we're gonna go.
I guess we can try and go.
Because there will be no questions once we start.
What?
Oh, wow.
Wait, what? Hey, hold on.
No questions.
Way harsh,
Ty. No, I think we should do it. I think we're still firmly in how to play territory. So.
Right. So people on this podcast should open up Roll20. People at home, if you open up Roll20, nothing will happen.
Yeah, there will be nothing
but if
there.
we're watching the video, hopefully on YouTube, or if Tim forgot once again, I tweet at him to do it. But the video now has Roll20 open.
Okay. So step 1.
YouTube.com/geeklyinc.
Step 1 is that we should have assumes we're in the same room, so we'll skip step 1. Step
Y'all shake
Oh
hands.
yeah, actually, where's the snacks? It said that you're supposed to provide
Yeah,
snacks.
what the hell?
Yeah.
I have my glass of week-old wine right here.
I
I'm
have
about to eat
one.
my meth candy.
I have Pez.
We're supposed to do the oh, never mind. Okay, step 2. Planetary survey and colonial record. Okay, so I'm now handing the imaginary planetary survey and colonial record worksheet to the player on my left.
Who's on your left?
Who's there?
If we're going by my video stream, it's a picture of Tim.
That's not me. Well, that's me then. Yes, that's me. Okay, that's the recording computer. God, I'm good looking.
But it looks like Tim. It looks
It
like
is
he's standing next to a red.
I feel like in that picture, I'm maybe drinking free beer and next to Felicia Day. I don't know.
Why would you
can't
crop Felicia Day?
because
She was
she's
next to
cropped
you?
out.
Yeah, why would you crop Felicia Day out?
That's a
I don't believe
testament to the fantastic picture that Thrifty took of me. Okay, so the first step is we're setting up the planet. These fucked up surveyors, it's like, I could make $1. I don't care if these like 100 inmates and 100 Marines die. So isn't this you pick
So-
one thing you like and one thing you don't like and cross them off?
Right. So you pick one thing you like and one thing you don't like.
Okay, so it's
And I'm
either
I'll circle it in Roll20.
so it's either I'll just run through them real quick. Atmosphere is excellent. Geology is stable. Biology is benign. Climate is mild. Hydrology is favorable. Intelligent life absent. Okay, so these are either good or bad things. So a good thing would be there's no intelligent life, woohoo, which means no aliens. Hydrology is favorable. That means we can drink. Now, if geology is stable, that's pretty good. But if we
No, these are all they're all supposed to be good.
they're all good.
Yes.
Sorry, I misunderstood the rules. Okay,
so wait, so I don't understand.
So
these are all
if-
good things. So you
if we
pick one
cross
thing
out-
that Tim don't die.
Tim's dying.
I
Oh
choked
my
on that.
god.
So these are what they're all supposed to be. Some of them are true and some of them are not true.
Oh.
Right, so there are planets that are, my cousin went upstate and he was on one of these husks of spaceships. His fucking planetary survey is all gold. That's not us. So I think what I will choose, I want to say, what's the difference between biology? What's biology in this?
Like the plants and
Like
stuff.
plant life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I want to pick geology is stable for my good one. I definitely
So
want to
no
keep
earthquakes and volcanoes.
That
and
really
shit.
scares me. Yeah. No
No
volcanoes.
earthquakes for Tim
yeah.
Tim.
We can, deal with other stuff.
So the geology is stable.
Yeah. And I'm fighting between atmosphere and climate. I assume atmosphere means it's kind of shitty oxygen.
Yeah,
And climate-
breathability.
Yeah,
And then climate's probably like, oh my god, it's electric.
It's really hot or it's really cold.
Or it's really cold, yeah.
Okay, I think, you know what, I'm good. Ooh, wait, do I mark out a bad too?
Yeah. What's up?
Do I mark one out? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you cross one out.
Which makes it bad. Sorry. I'm going to mark out climate.
Okay.
So not mild.
Therefore, giving us bad climate.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Now I guess it goes to Sarah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you pick
Okay.
one you want to keep and one you want to lose.
Okay. I would like to keep that the atmosphere is excellent.
Smart.
Yes, you don't have to wear like
Even
weird
though it's
helmets.
like a billion below, I can breathe.
And I want to get rid of hydrology.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Fucked up our water.
Oh.
man. Guys,
You need water. Water's very
you
important.
got it. You gotta have it.
Just creating need, guys. Just creating need.
All right. So Jennifer, you have to pick if biology is benign or if intelligent life
You're
is
literally-
absent.
Literally, you're creating aliens. No matter what, we either have plant aliens
Well, no,
or we have
Right.
space-ass aliens.
But wait, does benign mean for biology? Does that just mean that there are plants or there aren't plants? Rather,
I think it
I-
means it because I think one of the examples is those things look like trees, but they throw spears at you.
What?
Yeah.
That was super. I was
It
thinking
was like plants
poison
that shoot
plants.
at you. Like
Yeah, I just
Oh
thought
my
there was like
God.
poison and not good.
So they literally say they shoot you like a rifle.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose.
But we make that up.
I'm gonna choose that intelligent life is absent,
Okay, that's
but
smart.
cross out biology is benign because I want to see
Nice.
what's going on with some fucked up
I
plants.
agree. I think that it's probably easier to deal with fucked up plants than
Yeah.
tentacle
Also,
control
like-
monsters.
Poison plants, like
I
what
feel
if
really
you're-
good about yeah.
And I feel like if I
You know what? Oh, that's cool. You guys just literally took out the two things we need, which is food and water.
there could be good food too.
Oh,
just like
There's not gonna be an earthquake.
yeah. Well, I've
That's
seen
your
as like
fault,
the
though.
plants are reacting to the lack of water, and that's why they're like mutated and shit.
Oh, I
At least
see.
we can breathe.
Well,
well,
okay, so let me.
I was
So
going
this
for,
gives us a very specific planet. So
yeah. This
I'm
is how you
pulling that up now.
decide which Muad'Dib you get.
Tim, that's not what Muad'Dib
Which
means.
Paul Muad'Dib. you get.
Paul Muad'Dib, tell me of your planet, Usul. I need to know.
Yeah, they're such nerds.
Are you trying to figure out which planet it is?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the planet. It's
We were close to
ACF.
Ace.
Is it Arrakis?
Is it Arrakis?
It is actually the planet is called 16.
16.
That's the name of it. 16.
Sweet 16. That's the.
I thought we were allowed to name it ourselves. No, we
Nope.
name our colony.
I think the
Colony's
also
name
has
is
names.
17.
I mean, we could change this, obviously.
No, I like it. I like 16.
All
It's
right.
really sad and bleak.
We're on Arrakis.
Whoa, what just happened? Turn right over here, fool. Okay, 16.
What?
Page 65 for those playing along
I
at
was
home.
gonna say, which page is it on? Yeah.
Okay, 16. This is the 16th and final candidate planet for our team. This is the 16th and final candidate planet our team assessed. It possesses favorable atmospheric chemistry and pressure and can easily sustain human life. It is a very old and geologically dead world, and thus tectonically inactive. There is no intelligent life here. A good location for a colony. Here's the revised survey, because that is not all completely accurate.
Yeah, that's lying by omission.
There's fucked up earthquakes constantly.
Also, you motherfuckers made Dune. Planet 16
Really?
is yeah.
Oh no!
Planet 16 is hellishly hot, averaging 45 degrees Celsius,
What is
and
that?
dry as a bone. Vast salt flats ring dead oceans. All life here is acidic, corrosive, or otherwise unpleasant.
We're
At least,
fucked.
at least we didn't create Waterworld.
That's true.
That's a good. Yeah.
That is a bad movie.
God. And then Kevin Costner would have been summoned among us, and he won't leave.
A mutant! A mutant!
So we also had to pick some details, and it does not like specify this at all. It's just like if we like these, we keep them or not. So here are the details that we get to pick from if we want. Details: 1. A convict's insulated work suit. The airtight seal is badly corroded.
Somebody can actually die at any moment.
2. The ghost, a shimmering apparition that occasionally appears before work details.
I love that.
Yeah, I want a ghost.
I want to keep that, definitely.
Bring it to my house.
Detail number 3. Someone's been stealing piss from the reclamation still and making bootleg water.
I like it.
Bootleg water.
I like that.
Bathtub water.
Mmm.
Bolter praise God Croft, I believe is his name, comes back with water, says he's found paradise.
Ooh, I like that too.
We're wandering into cult territory again.
Great.
Croft has found us.
Spike leaf acid, meticulously wrung from deadly flowers.
That sounds pretty great.
I like. Is that all of them?
That sounds like a good
There's
way to
one
kill
more.
someone.
There's one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Pits dug in the sand and hastily refilled.
What does that mean?
Oh, that means that you could fall. You could potentially
fall.
sink right into one.
Or push someone into
Or like
one.
what was... Why
Or
were
why
they
are they
dug? What was
hastily
put in
refilled?
them?
I
So
literally
yes,
love.
that's our planet.
I love all but the first and the last, and I can
You don't like
deal
the
with the
pits?
first one. I don't dislike them, but
The first one's my least favorite.
yeah, the bad
I don't
suits.
want to. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay,
Right.
so
I mean, that could just be... I think that's just supposed to be like one of the characters, maybe. I mean, I don't even think it's like everyone's are like that.
I see. It's like when in Fiasco choosing an item or whatever.
Right. So I mean, I guess the way I kind of feel like we should do it, if like somebody wants to bring this stuff up, they can.
Okay, that's
Okay.
smart. Instead of mixing it now.
I mean, I guess we can definitely say the ghost thing is happening because that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I like the desert planet with a ghost. I don't really think of ghosts being in the desert. very
Yeah, I
much.
love it's.
Outside their natural
I did not
habitat.
expect that.
And you know, we could redo this if you guys don't want Dune.
No,
No,
that's fine. Well,
I mean,
we might mention.
You don't want Dune, maybe.
Well, we're
I
on
was just thinking-
Dune. We're
I was
Tatooine.
Oh, that's also. I like that. Yeah.
We're more Tatooine than Dune.
That's true. We're very tight. Well, let's find out what our colony is like.
Yeah.
So I was
we
gonna
can
say,
decide.
yeah. So I was gonna say,
I'm a moisture farmer.
Okay. Let's see. So it's me. So I get to pick. Now, the things for the colonial record are planning is meticulous, workforce is motivated, order is well established, density is low, prosperity is high, and justice is universal.
Hmm.
So those are the choices for the colonial record. I think I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to cross out prosperity is high because, well, I guess it could be like, I guess if prosperity is high, it could be like, oh, there's spice here.
Yeah.
You know, it could be that sort of thing.
If we don't want to make it exactly like Dune, though, maybe not.
Paul
Right.
Muad'Dib.
Although I was thinking earlier about like the concept of a planet where prosperity is high, where it's like drugs and prostitutes, and I think that'd be fun.
It's Las Vegas.
Yeah,
like
but,
Fifth
yeah.
Element.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Jennifer,
right,
explain
and
to
then-
me one plot point of the Fifth Element.
The Fifth Element is the one where the girl she shows up. She has orange hair. She has a wet bandage on.
Bruce
Yeah,
Willis. There's
You
the
describe it. You're describing the poster.
It's been a million years since I've seen it. I remember there being
The
an
other
opera
thing
singer
that I
lady.
pick, is density is low.
Ooh.
Oh.
So density is actually low. So there are not tons of people.
I like that. I would not have expected that.
Very sparse.
And it's back to me.
Okay. Goes back to Tim Tim.
Or is it Jennifer? Have we gone yet?
Oh, I went earlier.
I wasn't sure
Yeah.
what it was. I don't.
You're now Tim.
I see it. Okay, sorry. On Jennifer and I's computer, the order's different. So, so I have to choose between planning, workforce, order, or justice. I think I definitely want to get rid of justice as universal.
Yeah.
That I think would make a more interesting world. And I think on the flip side, I like the idea that planning is meticulous.
You have to. I think you'd have to in this world.
There has to be planning.
I think there has to be planning, or you'll die. It's like blazing.
Right.
Or the workforce is like, fuck it, let's do this. I don't care that we have dummy dum-dums.
Yeah.
I guess there's a way that you could have we all die, but I like
Right.
the idea that there's like just this idea that while we're there, there's a lot of planning. So
Okay.
Right.
And then we go to Sarah for the final. Is the
Okay.
workforce motivated or is order well established?
Mm.
I kind of feel, and you can, throw in your 2 cents if you feel opposite, but I kind of feel like the workforce should be motivated, and it doesn't have to be a good motivation, and that order is not well established because it might be easier to sort of fight the, move among the rungs, or...
yeah, and I also sort of was curious, what is a meticulously planned society that order is not established in?
Yeah,
I
like
was
maybe it
kinda
was
curious
planned
about
that way to begin with, and now it's broken down.
So what? I'm sorry. What were the things that you picked?
So I think I want the workforce to be motivated, but I don't want order to be well established.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Oh,
choice.
I'm bad at this. Okay. So we got UVW.
Is that how you read it? I asked
don't know.
generally where I sounded like I was
Close.
contradicting you.
Because, like, what, you want him to, like, close one eye? Now, which letter is bigger, Michael?
So it's I think it's pronounced Glau. Gloughh.
Like summer glow.
Summer glow?
That's what I was thinking.
I was just gonna say.
We're doomed. We're doomed.
No, we don't. And again, we can change this name, but that's what it's called in the book.
Glow. I think we do a hard glow for summer glow. Okay, so
Summer glow,
summer
it has
glow
to-
is
come
the
on, River.
president. Summer Glau is the president on Earth. Well, is that how you pronounce it?
Gluff.
Gluff?
On 16.
Gloughh.
I think
Which page is that?
Gloughh. I don't know how you pronounce that.
Can we get rid of the G and the H? Is everyone okay with that?
what do you want?
I just want it to be Glau as in
Oh.
Summer Glau.
Okay.
I think that's how she spells
I
it.
think you know the A.
Oh.
I think it's AU, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Glough.
Okay.
Gluff.
So here is the authorities' take on our settlement. So how are we saying Glau? Is that how we're saying this?
I like it.
Glau.
Yeah, Glau.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it actually is, or am I just a dumb?
No, I think that's probably how you pronounce that. That the OUGH thing is difficult in English.
Could you imagine if it was glow?
It could be glow, like
Gloff?
or glue,
I mean, it probably is.
like
That's
through,
weird.
or cough.
Cough.
Yeah, Gloff.
Glough.
Like cough.
Glough.
Glough.
Glough's pretty good too.
Glough.
But I like Glau.
Glau.
What is it, guys? Let's make a decision.
Let's vote.
Glau.
I vote
Glau. Do it. Glau.
Glau.
Okay. The authority says Glau has been firmly established according to authority specifications. The colony modules have been arrayed around the administrative hub built from the hull of the one-way initial transport. The secondary phase of bringing the industrial and residential infrastructure online is underway, with crews working around the clock. Though these efforts are currently using all the work cycles intended for food production, rest assured, this is only a temporary measure. Now here's the convict version. The modules were damaged on arrival, and the precious schedule got so very bollocksed. Corrupt bastards have been grinding us to death, trying to catch up ever since, and every ounce of our sweat and blood goes into expanding the colony instead of finding a way to feed ourselves. The Marines take any food we produce straight to the top, while we all starve. We can't take this much longer. Even the swells are poised to riot.
Man.
Yikes.
Okay. So the details are Giora L's emancipist and secret wrecker. So that probably doesn't make a lot of sense to anybody. But an emancipist is somebody who has been freed from being a convict, so they've worked hard enough that they've won their freedom. They've won their freedom. And then a wrecker is like the lowest form of convict who is trying to ruin the colony, basically. Like they're like a terrorist kind of person who is trying to topple the whole thing.
Yeah, they made it sound like they're like religious zealots or political fanatics that have ruined other colonies in the past on like Earth, maybe.
Huh.
Yeah. Another detail is an elaborate meal served on fine tableware.
That is exactly like Dune. Shit.
I think everything's Dune. I think there's not one module
I think
that
this
isn't
is
Dune.
Every module is Dune.
Oh, this is Ice Dune. I get it.
Ice Dune.
Ice worms.
Ice worms.
Ice spice.
Ice spice.
The next one is a shrine to a living man made out of piled stones.
His name is Jane.
There a hat on him.
Is that?
A food cache, booby-trapped with a grenade.
Oh, Katniss will fuck that shit up.
She will. She will do it. Guys, let's talk about more dystopias. I guess that Firefly's not really a dystopia.
Jurassic Park.
Sweet. Dinosaurs.
The Road.
Oh, no.
On the road.
On the road. Kerouac and dystopia.
Mayor's fucked up.
Okay, the next one is 2 of 3 missing lags found. Their throats cut way out by the weather station.
Can you explain what a lag is again?
A lag is a general criminal of the male variety, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what was the word? The word for a girl sounded kind of awesome.
Sable.
Sable. Fuck yeah. I want to be a sable. That sounds rad.
They never explain that anywhere, right?
They don't.
Yes,
they really don't.
They don't.
Not
the first 39 pages.
I think I worked it out just because...
Well, Sable sounds like a girl.
Well, Sable is a weasel.
There's a drawing later on of a girl, and it describes her as a sable.
Yeah, maybe that's just what I saw.
Okay.
So I
but no, it's hilarious because it says that any rank and ladder can be a male or female, except for Lag and a Sable.
Lag and a Sable, yeah.
And they explain Lag and Sable. They're like the average ass criminals.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we gonna explain like the different names?
We should probably do that before we choose the players or whatever.
The final detail is a human hand sent as a message.
I love all of these. I love everything we've done. Now that I'm getting more in how this game works and what these things mean, I like the fucked up hazmat suits. I like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we've got our colony.
Yeah. Is there a way that you can like screenshot the weird things you just read for each of the world and the colony into the Roll20, so we can see them, so we can bring them up into scenes?
Yeah.
I assume there is. I don't know how. It's like, here's your player token. It's a picture of all the ways you can fuck up. Also, you're 45 feet long.
What?
Because player tokens is like, I think, the easiest way to add a thing. So it's like, this player character is how this world could break.
Most gigantic.
Also, he's an elder dragon.
Okay. Where's my
that elder dragon that was the size of the rules?
Wow, yeah, we super died all of this.
Oh my god.
Okay.
There's a hint.
Then, let's go over here. That's not right. Or is it? Okay. Oops.
And I assume these aren't things like, we already used the broken hazmat suit.
No, you can't use that again.
Listen.
I think we can do what we want.
I'm Tim. I like rules. You can't.
Just a rule monger.
Does anyone know what temperature it is? It says like 45 something.
Wait, what is?
The actual and American it is. What? How hot is it? 45 is what he said. 45.
Yeah, 45 degrees. Do you want to? Here, let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. That's half boiling.
Gee.
Whatever half boiling is, right? Or almost half boiling.
Boiling is 212 Fahrenheit, I think.
Well, in Celsius, it's 100 degrees.
Right.
Okay,
I think
so
it's
45,
like 160.
45 degrees Celsius is 113 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that sounds
Fuck.
rough.
So that's like an average temperature, right?
That is hot.
It's never been
That is hot.
That is hot.
That sounds like my worst
That's
nightmare.
hot.
It's Tatooine.
Hopefully it's not
Tatooine.
humid.
Oh god.
God.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
It is a desert, so... Is it a desert?
It's freezing at night is what you're telling me.
That's the other thing that we're supposed to do, is that we're supposed to just decide on these things.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
is it a desert?
Yeah, it sounds
I mean, it kind of sounds like a desert.
It sounds
I love the
deserty.
idea that it's like this weird ass
I guess it could
rainforest.
be a junk. Well, there are like weird plants. Though.
Ooh.
So it doesn't have to be a desert. But why? No, because there's no water though.
There's no water and there's like salt flats and
But
stuff.
you know what
Yeah, he described it as salt flats.
Couldn't it? Oh, I was thinking because it could be that the water's poisonous.
It looks like Utah. That they look like where they test rocket cars.
So there could be plants. They're just like weird scrubby plants.
Yeah. There's
And cacti.
Yeah.
And maybe like mutant plants.
Well, and there could be. I mean, we're assuming that these plants need water in the sense that we think of water.
Right. Maybe it's something else. Maybe they're taking some other nutrient that we can't. That humans can't. process.
They drink up our sorrow.
Oh. That's what
Our
it is.
tears.
And there actually, what Thrifty was alluding to is there is a concept that there's a million billion things about this planet that we don't know, and we build it, Lego style, Minecraft style, if you will.
Yeah.
If you guys scroll to the right and Roll20, you'll see the pages.
Oh, thank you.
of These guys.
Very helpful.
Do that now, right now on the stream. Wow.
So I mean,
I'm
I don't
both
know.
intimidated and excited by this.
So like,
Yeah.
what does the colony itself look like? I mean, they described it as basically the spaceship that took us here is what everyone's living in.
Yeah, that's like Main Street, USA. That's the Capitol building. You know.
So is it only like habited? Wait, why can't I
Habitable?
say words? What are there people only living in like one spot, or are they spread out places?
It's supposed to be spread out, is my understanding.
So
a
there's
little
multiple colonies. Like,
Well, okay, here's what I think. So I just read the chapter in Game of Thrones the other week on castofthrones.com where essentially the poor people put their shacks against the walls of King's Landing.
Yes.
They use that as a wall. I kind of see like there's this husk of
A spaceship?
a spaceship, and like people kind of built off of that, you know.
Okay.
Our
But
density is
also-
low, though.
They're describing. I mean, they describe very specifically that they keep expanding, regardless of the fact that we need food, right?
Okay. So
Okay,
there
so
are
yeah,
other-
actually it does describe that. So maybe there's like, let's say downtown Glau is connected to the spaceships, but then there's these plantations essentially.
Or
Right.
like outposts
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. They make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are
There's this
they-
idea of the authority gives these what again sounds like plantations, these giant tracts of land, and then they give them lags and sables to work their fields / mines or whatever.
And they're more concerned about making new settlements than they are with supporting the settlements that already exist. Because they talked
Right.
about that. They're saying there's not enough food. They want to expand. Why are they trying to expand? Just because they're supposed to? They're supposed to.
I took it as an
Popular.
planetary wide level, like it's binary. Either a planet survives or it doesn't. A whole planet does.
Mhm.
So to give the authority a further, like, refueling
Reach.
station. Reach, exactly.
I mean, I kind of feel like it's the the bureaucracy is like, oh, we have these certain, because it is like supposed to be ordered, right?
I
So
was gonna
they
say-
have this plan, and they're sticking to the plan despite the
Yeah,
fact that
it's not
other things
perfect.
have gone wrong.
It sounds very like Soviet, where they're like, this is
Yeah.
totally the way it has to be, and we have to do it even if it doesn't make sense to put
Right.
it halfway across the country.
So-
This is what
exactly.
we're doing, and we have the power.
So like downtown Glau obviously is only 50 kilometers wide. I mean, we ran out of space, but we have to have 95 farms that are within 200 clicks of us. So
Yeah.
go.
Right.
Um,
Okay. I'm pretty happy with that.
So
Okay.
so it's like there's
But the people that are in
Glau
charge.
itself,
Glau.
Glauton,
Glauton.
Glau? Glaudenville? Berg?
Glautonville,
New Glauland.
New Glauland.
Land.
And that's where like the administrative is, and then it spreads out. So there's there's a farm here. There's someone that found a little bit of water, and
There's an administrative hub.
administrative hub is there. And there's yet to be found densely populated other areas, but again, it's not nearly as densely inhabited as downtown Glauville.
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 And it also talked about how the people in charge are kind of living high off the hog, or at least they said something about like a fancy dinner table. So that's the the feeling I got, is that the people up top are living great.
Yeah,
I am getting a real Soviet feeling here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this
Soviet desert.
colony,
like that.
or Planet 16 and Colony Glau worked great on paper,
Yeah.
which was meticulously
Right.
planned.
But then they didn't. They planned it with faulty information.
Yeah.
All the
From
information,
the
and
surveyors.
also the ship
No-
was damaged or whatever on the
Yeah.
way.
Right.
So.
And no
Did it-
practical knowledge of how anything actually works.
Yeah, and they do say that your average lag and sable do not have really any communicable skills.
Yeah. That they can work, like they could, I guess, farm and stuff. But
Yeah, I imagine
they're
that-
not tradespeople.
right,
they're
and they're more in
criminals.
like, the gang system of a prison system.
Yeah, like they don't know how to farm really.
Right. Yeah, they actually describe them as like not knowing which way the plant is up.
So,
this sounds super Soviet.
guys, okay, so the other thing that we need to do is figure out our main drive.
Oh yeah, for the
And so we do that by going around again, and this time just you cross off one thing from the list. And
so whatever is left.
That's underneath colonial record over here. So the drives are control, status, status. Those
Thank
are
you.
different things. Status, safety, harmony, indulgence, and freedom. So who went last? Was that
I think I did.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
was
so
it
think it's my
Jennifer?
turn.
So
It's my
Jennifer,
turn.
you need to
So,
cross
yeah.
off one of these bad boys.
Oh man, I'm gonna cross off harmony.
Good
Don't care about
call.
that.
Interesting.
care
Yeah, that
about
sounds
it.
boring.
That's what I was gonna.
Yeah. Why would you ever care?
How do you play a game that strives for harmony? We're like weird ass transcendental hippies.
Well, no, it could be like your group. Yeah, I don't know actually. That's making sense.
Transcendental hippies. Actually, I reversed my decision. That sounds dope.
Yeah. What if you're like a cult on a planet?
How many drives? Is it just one drive?
We will end up with one drive.
Okay.
That's the
But
thing
that could change. That can change later on.
That's the thing that curbs our servility / savagery. And so, yeah.
I'm going to say, because it's my turn now, I'm going to say indulgence doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me for this
I don't know
world.
what indulgence would mean.
I agree.
Not for this, not here. Oh, I was only thinking of it for the people up top, or like maybe people down below were like,
Right.
I want to be.
Okay, yeah. Wait, are we thinking about this? Do you have to think about it from? Is the drive for ourselves as the people who are working, who are like slaves on the planet, or the authority, or do we have to?
I think it's everybody. It's supposed to be
everybody, because
everybody.
we are everybody. We're both the
Yeah.
slaves, and some of the authority kind
Right.
of are too.
Right,
Like
but I'm
if-
just like freedom is on that list. Why would the authority want freedom if they have the power?
Maybe they want off the
Well,
planet.
there are lower rungs of authority. So if you're like
That's true.
the wife of a Marine that came over, you're like, listen, I can kind of see behind the veil. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I
Okay,
understand
okay.
that it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go join Dapper Dan.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
But like if we were doing like some weird Las Vegas desert thing,
Then indulgence
like
would
maybe
be-
indulgence would make
Okay,
sense.
so that's what you think indulgence means? Like I want to fuck.
I want to fuck. I want to get money or whatever that passes from.
I
down
want to
here.
get
I
that
wanna
weird
live-
spice plant we mentioned earlier.
Exactly. So I could almost even see that working on here, where everyone's like, "No, I just want to. I want to get a little bit more,
Yeah.
whatever I can." But
No.
Right.
Right.
So it's
Okay, Tim.
Tim. I think I want to mark out status.
Mm.
Okay.
Because some of these sound like, in my heart, maybe I just don't know the complexities, but it sounds too close to the other things of status. Sounds like servility. Like, I mean, I guess you could
yeah.
argue that status is you want to increase your status, but
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, this is tricky. I kind of want to say freedom.
yeah.
Cross off freedom.
Damn.
I don't really necessarily want to be freedom fighters. I feel like that's the obvious choice, maybe.
Right.
I like.
I don't
evil
know.
Chaos.
So Jennifer, you get to
I basically get to choose.
You choose if we are going to do control or safety.
Okay, let me talk you through my thought process. Part of
Word.
me feels like safety is kind of an obvious choice because we're on like a terrifying planet that's working against us. Maybe we don't want to choose the obvious choice. Maybe we want control. But how is control different than status exactly?
Control is different than.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
if the authority is fighting to keep control, or the lags are fighting to gain control.
I also just thought of this
planet?
because I was reading through the book
that-
and they were talking about how like even there's different parts in the ladder, like the governor, but maybe the governor's not really in charge, it's other people. So like maybe it's like, okay, cool, like I don't care about where I technically am on the ladder, I want to be able to control things.
Yeah,
That
and
could be it.
I think I don't know because it depends on who's doing it. Like if we have a breaker, I think is what they're called. We'll describe that later. Like control would be an amazing
We can make that
drive.
happen.
Now safety sounds like it's a great drive for everybody. I think control is a good drive for.
I was gonna say
that might fuck us over in interesting ways, but
right. I feel like safety could devolve into savagery really quickly too.
it's like
Yeah, like you want to survive.
it's like the most recent episode, or not the most recent, but last week's episode of The Walking Dead.
No.
Don't tell me I haven't caught up yet.
No.
It was good.
Okay, so what are you picking?
I want to pick control. Like,
Ooh.
I pick control first to have. I cross off
Oh,
safety.
okay. So cross off safety.
Cross
Okay.
off safety. I want more opportunity for chaos, and I feel like control will give that to us.
That can kind of work into the whole like, oh, we have this plan and we're gonna stick to it no matter what as well.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Okay. Now we get to go and pick out our notables. So we each get 2 notable people that we control or play or whatever. And we're gonna go around and we're gonna pick slots. And so there's a ladder as how they describe it.
Do you want
And,
to paste the letter in the Roll 22?
It's if you scroll down, that's there.
Fuck my life.
Owned.
Okay. I don't see it.
Take it. Really? It's right here.
There's like a little sun,
Oh.
and then there's a little target.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm sorry. It was different than the one I saw originally.
different-
Shut up!
God,
So angry.
I hate you so much.
I'm so savage.
So again, we've got our two sides. We've got the authority notables and we got the convict notables. And then the possibilities for each of these are the governor on the authority side. He's the top rank of the ladder. He is authority's highest ranking official. Okay. And then the next slot down are functionaries. You could pick either judge advocate or captain of marines. And these are, I mean, I guess those are pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, like the judge is the judge. He settles matters.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff
doesn't
like that.
I think I was reading that the judge is the only person who can remove the governor from his position.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is a thing that is true.
That's like a hardcore rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the middle rung is free colonists, so swells, planters, and spouses. And a swell is basically like somebody who got it in their head that they could hit it rich if they went to the colony,
Yeah.
right? And so they're just like free dudes.
Yeah, like think of it like merchants.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs.
Like they're hoping to
lawyers.
sell to the other people there or whatever.
Yeah.
People like in
Right.
America, and the gold rush went west, you know.
They
Yeah,
also talked about
prospectors
how-
and things like that.
They also, I remember reading in the book, they were saying like that if you like lived on Earth and you're a really good doctor, you wouldn't want to go to this random planet. You have some reason
Yeah,
for.
there's a darkness to why
yeah,
you're here.
There's some
Right.
underlying reason why you're going to a prison planet. To
Right.
live.
Yeah, and again,
Maybe it's
the
that you're not very
authority
good at
is
what you're
not
doing.
good, nor is the convicts bad necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, planters, I guess, are like farmers. I don't know.
They're
what
the plantation
difference-
owners.
Right. And spouses are obviously
They're
that means they're married to somebody else who's here.
Right, and the thing is that the authority really sold a bill of goods saying like, hey, it's going to be bad for a little bit when you get these planets, but you should probably bring your entire family because once everything gets settled, it's going to be awesome. And then you guys will definitely have the cream of the crop.
It's like
So
a really messed up Homestead Act.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of sold it as like the family of the Marines because I assume as the further you go down the rung, the more of these people there are.
Yeah.
So wait, are the planners? Are they like they're working for the government there? Okay.
They made them
Yeah.
sound like they're the plantation owners.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
They own them, and then the criminals work for them.
Okay.
Yeah, they get
Right.
lags and sables to work on their fields.
Okay.
So you can either be like a real. I mean, it's slavery.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Serfdom.
Yeah,
Serfdom,
serfdom
yeah.
/ indentured servitude.
Yeah. Next level down is Marines. And then the bottom rung is emancipists, who are former convicts.
Yeah, that won their freedom either through like hardcore servitude or good behavior, but they're now technically on the servitude side or the authority side.
They're just in the
People
lowest
still don't
rung.
like 'em.
Mhm.
But they can move. They can move up.
Hey man, that's a dream, right?
So on the other side, on the convict side, you have the Dimber Damber.
Can we say that this is the best part of this game?
Yeah, it's like
Is the
It's just
the
the
leader of the
name.
bad guys?
I feel like the Dimber Damber like has to have like a Cockney accent or something.
He
Like
really does. Yeah, the artful rogue or whatever.
yeah.
yeah,
Artful
Artful
Dodger.
Dodger.
I think of him
Uh,
being like Nakomo Koska from
Yeah.
from the plate itself.
One level beneath the Dimber Damber.
Well,
is,
the Dimmer Dambler is the one leader.
He's
Of,
the kingpin, or the
yeah,
The
he's
Don
mafia boss,
Corleone.
yeah.
Don Corleone. He is the leader of the
Convicts.
convicts, and they make it sound like that. There's two ladders leaned up against each other between the authority and the convicts, and they have to essentially eke out a survival between the both of them. So they kind of like make it sound like the Dimber Dambler and the governor. They don't. They're not really in that much conflict. They kind of are. They're friends.
They kind of understand.
Right.
Well, yeah, they might, or it might.
they
even
could be buddies. Yeah.
They could even be that the governor is actually more of a puppet for the Denver
Right,
Denver. That
right.
can happen
and
too.
they are still jockeying to be above each other, but it's harder.
Yeah.
So right underneath him are his minions, the Abbot or Captain Sharp. So
Captain Sharp's the one that meets out punishment.
He's the muscle, and the abbot, oddly enough, is the.
He's like the liaison, right?
Yeah, he's like a pimp. Slash drug dealer.
Also,
whatever.
they specified that regardless of whether the abbot is a woman or a man, it's still the abbot. Because a female version of abbot is abbess, but they don't do that.
That's weird. Interesting. Yeah, so oddly enough, the abbot is the vice king. The Captain Sharp is the pain king.
Maybe it's a
the
joke.
Muscle.
Because the abbot is like a church thing.
I think so. I believe so.
Yeah.
So one level down are bolters, and those are people, they're runaway gangsters, and they've escaped, basically. And they could be like Robin Hood-ish, or they could be, just crazy dudes who have freed themselves and are wreaking havoc. They could be all kinds of things.
And I to be QH, I think the bolters are the second most interesting cast.
Well, I'm just trying to think how they live on this hellhole of a planet. Like, where are they? There must be like criminal settlements.
Well, one of the details is that someone found water or paradise.
Right.
A bolter could have found that. Or...
Yeah. So they must have like a headquarters somewhere.
And if you think about it this way, is that the convicts hierarchy is based off deeds/reputation, and the fact that these bolters got out of the system, regardless if they have real power, they might be,
revered.
They're definitely revered.
They're like a legend.
But they might be like dying of thirst out in the wilderness. But the fact is, they got away, so their word carries more weight.
Yeah.
They could be like those Dune guys who had the blue eyes and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
The Freemen.
Yeah.
Oh, the sandworms.
So much Dune. You mean the sandworms, yeah.
No, but I think they're really interesting because they're like the only group that's like, oh, you don't live in the town.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're out. You're somewhere else.
You're interesting because you don't live in the town.
So one level down from that is Lags and Sables. They're the average convicts who did not do something bad enough to get them murdered or get them executed, but did something bad enough so that they couldn't be in regular society anymore.
I feel like that's the second best name to the Dimber Damper. Lags and Sables.
And this is equal footing with the Marines, so it sounds like that your average ass people are either Lags and Sables or Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then finally, the lowest of the lowest are Wreckers and Crawlers. So Crawlers are like broken convicts
these are like the untouchables.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like can't really work anymore because they're old or sick or whatever.
That's the Crawlers.
That's the Crawlers. And the Wreckers are the
anarchists/terrorists.
Right.
I think it's interesting that they're below the Lags and Sables and the Bolters are above them. I would think that
everybody hates the Wreckers.
No, but the Bolters are above them because the Bolters are on the criminal side. So the fact that the Bolters escaped the system is amazing.
But the Wreckers are trying to destroy the system, so should we also like them?
They carry the stigma of destroying literally entire systems.
So they're on a no.
Like everyone loves the Bolters because they're like,
The Bolters broke out of Glau. The Wreckers destroyed your home planet and killed your parents because they wanted to.
Or they like mess up the water supply for Glau, and now you're screwed too.
What is it? The god of wrath or whatever you said earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the criminals are more interesting because it's based on like deed.
Okay. So these are all of our options, and we each get to pick 2 characters.
And they have to be a different size, and they cannot be the same rung.
Right.
So you cannot be the governor and the dapper Dambler. The Dimbler Dambler.
The dapper
DD.
Dapper Danner.
What does Dimber mean? What does Damber mean?
I don't think those are words.
Dimbler?
Dimber Damber.
Now, guys, if you go to page 106 in your booklet, there is a name list.
Apparently, by the way, a Dimber Dambler is the chief of a gang or male thieves or gypsies. It's an actual term.
I've never heard that ever.
Yeah, it says Dimber Dambler upright man is the whole saying.
Interesting.
So you learned something new.
So I mean, you guys can pick your own names, but they have names readily available.
Oh, I like that.
Do you just want to roll die to make it quicker?
I mean, you can roll or you can pick or whatever.
It's set up for a double D6 roll for everybody.
Are we? So I guess it doesn't matter, like if you do like 2 girl characters or 2 boy characters or whatever you feel like.
It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Let's go in order. You say, huh?
Who? So Jennifer.
I went
It's
last.
your turn, Thrifty.
You went last. That means
I just
it's
called you Thrifty.
mine. Oh my god.
We're
What
moving
happened?
over.
I don't know.
Boy, I don't know what to pick.
Are we rolling?
Well, no, you just pick.
Oh,
You just pick for the character, yeah.
That being said, it is completely set up to roll.
You could totally roll if you wanted to.
Not really.
It is
There's
not
only
really.
5.
Right,
It's
but
not-
I'm saying for the names.
Oh,
are
for the
not
names. Yeah. No, I'll roll the names.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Unless you want to be Tom Darkblade too.
Or Carl too.
Carl too.
No
No one gets that joke.
It's a good joke. I'll tell it to you if you ask me.
Okay. Okay, here's my name. Reddit is first.
Reddit.com.
My name is Lymand, and my last name is Lyman Hats.
Wait, what?
Hats?
Hats.
Wait, what are you?
Oh, I'm Captain Sharp.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Lyman
Whoa.
Hats. I love it.
Is it the HATTS one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Z.
I feel like I need to take notes somewhere. I'm not gonna remember who everyone is.
Yeah. This is again more
Yeah,
complicated.
I'm actually gonna
and
grab
less.
a notebook.
Okay, Lyman Hats.
And he's the Captain Sharp?
And I am Captain Sharp.
Is that on here somewhere?
I stuck it in the in Roll20. And then we go to Tim next.
All right. Oh, there it is. Jesus, that font is perfect. I want it to be less perfect. Can you mark through what's been taken? Because it's harder to see. I'm just being a baby. I want to be the Dimber Dambler.
Wow.
And,
Ooh.
and I'm going to make up my own name. And it's going to be Marcusio.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. It's, let me see. It's going to be Marcusio Tim.
What?
No, it's going to be
Marcusio or Mercutio?
How do I spell it?
Who reads Shakespeare and shit?
It's MER if you're going to do
MER.
it Shakespearean way.
What is it? So spell it for me.
MERCUTIO,
Uh-huh.
I believe.
Okay. I did it right the first time. Shut up.
Marcusio Toblerone. No.
No.
Marcusio Ollis.
Hollis.
Mhm.
How you spell it?
Ollis. It's 5 on the male name.
Cool.
Marcusio Ollis.
Okay.
And am I saying Marcusio right, or is it literally
It's Mercutio.
Mercutio?
Okay. That brings us to Sarah.
Are we picking the convicts first?
No, you get to pick whatever
It's
you
worked out
want.
that way.
Okay. I think that I want to be a. Oh goodness. I'm gonna be a bolter.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, and I'm gonna roll for my name, I think. No, actually, let me see. I am going to be Orphea Croffin.
Orphea Croffin. All right. Jennifer.
Okay. I am gonna break ranks, and I'm gonna be a free colonist spouse.
Okay.
Ooh.
And my name is, let's see here, Edie Jax.
Edie Jax has a great name. I love that, like, even though we're in the future, it's like you know you gotta pick up an old-timey name.
Edie Jax also sounds hella like a housewife.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't pick CD player McLaserdisc. You gotta go. I don't like that this level of the free colonist. That's tough. That's a tough word for Tim Mushmouth. Has so many different people because you can't pick a. Am I wrong? Can you not pick a spouse and a plantation owner?
I thought you could because shouldn't you be able to pick Captain Sharp and an abbot and also a judge advocate and a captain?
I think they come in later.
The way I read it, you don't.
Oh. Well,
No, yeah, you don't. You definitely don't.
Oh.
But they exist as entities, right?
Like they're in the story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Actually, the abbot is not a notable figure.
But
Right,
he's in
but
the
they can
story.
become one later.
There's still an abbot.
Yeah,
it's like,
Lyman Hat is Captain Sharp.
Wait, because
Lyman Hat.
we take two notable characters, but then there's also secondary characters, right, that you could theoretically voice.
Right, and they don't have. And the big thing for them is they don't have oaths. So
Right. But they get them if that they become your notable character.
It's just fucked up.
Okay, so I have to be an authority now, and I can't be the judge advocate or captain of Marines. So I have to be the governor, a Marine, or an emancipist.
And one weird thing is, it's a sort of like weird planning thing. You can't choose something that will make another character choose something that doesn't work for them.
Right.
Like, what do you
mean?
We should probably be okay though, right?
But also, like Tim, like you couldn't be the Denver and the governor, right?
Correct. That's the thing. You can't be the same latitude or flatitude.
Okay.
Lunch.
I feel like I've already picked a high level dude, so I don't want to pick a high level dude again. But I also really like the idea of being at odds with Tim.
Well,
hey, man.
That's our life. That's every day. That's Tuesday.
All right.
I'm okay with it.
That's Tuesday.
So
Tuesday
we might be able to roleplay some of this stuff out.
And especially since your other guy is my minion.
Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. And personally, I don't have a super interest in playing like a real high level person. I'd rather play like under level.
The
people.
dregs.
Yeah, I think that's more interesting for me. I think it's more.
Yeah, I kind of want to be a bolter, but that's gone.
Oh, you chose your.
Yeah, I was gonna cheat.
Well, you're pretty bad at this, Tim.
Did you put the?
I haven't picked it
yet?
I did.
Leaving out old Edie Jax.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I just didn't click off of it yet. It was sitting there blinking.
This is one in a long line of things that Edie is.
Edie Jax has been sold a bill of goods for sure.
She's very upset.
We're at well over an hour and we're still in the planning phase.
I'm so yeah. This is not good.
It's been
The book said 15 minutes. I don't
think. No way. I know the book may have said that, but for us playing the first time, there's no way.
Because we're extra explaining it.
Honestly, I think an entire episode of us just like setting up is understandable.
Yeah. Well, don't say that now. To cut it out.
Oh.
Like, say it when you say your racist stuff that you do every episode.
I don't do that.
Well,
I'm a good person.
What? So my name is gonna be Wilton. But what if my last name was Allis?
They did suggest making connections with the same last names.
Oh man, that's great.
Why not?
Why not?
We're
you
brothers.
always play the creepy uncle anyway. Oh, brothers. There you go.
Pa. Well, we don't know what they are yet. Wilton and Mercutio. I think it'd be funny if you had one L and
It's like you're in the same general family, but there was a disagreement.
Oh, you're the Gloucester.
You're the one L Allis's.
I'm the Panama City, Florida.
Okay, Tim.
I think part of me really does. Let's be completely opposite, like Thrifty wanted to be, but he's a liar and a dirt man. So I'm gonna be an emancipist. So Chikowitz, can you give me that dice bag and give me two D6s?
I can.
And I'm gonna be a female emancipist.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Remember, you don't always roleplay yourself in the same way.
This is what I've always asked
Oh, my
for.
pussy's wet. What up?
Ugh. Not okay.
Tim, I would like it if you never said that P word again. turns me right into the desert.
Dope. First name is Mitty.
Is that with T's or D's?
T?
Double D's, bruh. No, it's M-I-T-T. Again, we could take this blue, but this is to give us a more well.
This is serious business.
This is serious business with a Z. It's yeah.
I got it. Mitty.
BZNZ.
And then the
last name Chlorian.
It's Lunicent.
That was a bad Star Wars joke, by the way.
That's a first name.
Terrible Star Wars. I hate myself.
I know, but they don't have last names.
Yes, they do.
They do?
They're right there.
Oh,
They're right there. Surnames.
Gunmyth.
That's much better.
Dope. Mitty Gunmyth.
Sounds dope.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh my god, what about Fowderhop? That's
Actually, Alice is not the last name I meant to pick, but
Oh.
I didn't know there's a surname, so it doesn't matter. Shut up.
Sura.
That's a
Okay,
man's first
I
name.
am going to choose Judge Advocate. And I am going to be Sella Pill.
Sella
Pill.
That's perfect.
Yep.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Jennifer, you pick a dude.
I don't want to be a dude.
But you're one girl, one dude. That's what I'm
You
saying.
really don't have to pick a dude. Don't listen to him.
I just
Wait,
feel-
why would I do this?
I don't know.
Sell it to me.
Well, because in my heart, we're normally overwhelmingly male in our
Right.
fandom. But if you pick a girl, we'll be well over to the female side. But I think it'd be interesting to be 50-50.
No, what are you talking about?
Hey, Tim, stop being a sexist jerk.
Sexist jerk.
Tim,
I guess what I'm saying is, like, women can't control things? No.
sometimes
I guess what you're saying is you hate women.
No, literally what I'm saying is I picked a girl, so one of the girls should pick a boy.
no.
Right, we get that, but you should go to hell.
How about for once you
I should probably fuck off.
How about for once you
You're really bad at breaking the rules, Tim.
Are any of you a two-time cage match player?
I would like to be a wrecker. And
Nice.
I would like my name to
Ajax 2.
Ajax 2, Evil Twin. No, I'm having a really hard time choosing between Mirtha and Nelma.
Damn.
They're both really good.
Mirtha and... Do you just want to roll for it?
Yeah.
Mirtha sounds like she's a
Mirtha.
Uh,
some sort of higher being.
evens are Mirtha, odds are...
Nelma. Nelma.
Do you have a surname picked out?
Not
or
yet.
Should it be Alice?
No.
Yeah, you want to roll 2.
I'll do 2. I see. Okay. So Nelma. 2, 4. Nelma Wills. Nelma Wills. Oh wait, no. I'm being different. Nelma Pilver. That sounds better.
That actually is much better.
Nelma Pilver.
Nelma Pilver.
Not
Okay.
a pilver and a pilfer.
So we have to pick a marine and a lag or sable. Just want to just roll for their names.
Yeah, just roll for the names. Because you don't
Who wants
pick
to
oaths
do
for
it?
them yet.
Who wants to do it?
I'll
will.
pick the... Oh, you okay?
I'll pick one. You pick the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pick the marine.
I'll pick the sable. Or lad or sable. I'll pick the lag. So 5-5. Don't have to do that. So...
5 and 3. Albin.
Okay, how hilarious is this? His first name is Alice.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, because you picked the
Because
wrong
I
name.
did not know the surname thing existed.
Albin
First-
Haley for mine.
And he's a Marine.
He's a marine.
And then... it's Alice Oaks. That's a great name.
That is a good name.
That's a great name. I want to be Alice Oaks. Damn, that's hot.
Okay.
Hot as hell.
All right. So those are our people. Those are our notables.
Man.
So, yeah, I'm the female Mitty Gunmyth, which is an emancipist. And also, I am the Dimber Damber Mercutio Alice.
Tim, you're like opposite ends on the ladder.
Bro, think about it.
Tim, you're so extreme.
Listen, I'm pretty extreme
With
with
an
this shit.
X.
Triple extreme.
I'm like a mason jar underneath your grandmama's medicine jar that you don't drink.
What? Whiskey? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't understand this next part. Why we do this?
We'll discover it together.
But the player of the highest ranking notable on the authority side, that's me.
How convenient.
Oh shit! Should describe how the convicts are controlled and assign each convict
I thought
character.
This was dope. I actually just forgot about this.
But the thing that was confusing to me was to assign each convict character a unique serial number and write it on the notable sheet.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't. Why?
We should literally just like.
Is it
say
so
our
you can
name.
refer to them as like 02441 or something?
I guess.
Instead
how
of their
about this?
name?
Let's just pick whatever the closest is of the two die rolls. So like Allis Oaks is like 55565.
Oh, that's a good call. Like with the list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not all. McCurshew's not on the list, but you know.
I mean, I can just roll. I can just roll dice and then say that's the number.
That works too.
There you go, do that.
I mean, it's not as in world as I would like, but.
No, it's not. I mean, it's really yours is better, Tim.
I know, I agree, but we didn't, set it up.
So Mercutio, your number is 54326.
54326.
523. Lyman is 21523.
Is this that important to do this?
No, I don't think it's important at all.
All right, just make up the rest of them.
Well, it's not gonna be any faster.
Good point. But don't you also you also like choose what they wear, how we keep track of them?
Well, yeah, it's the thing that's actually important here is how we're keeping the convicts in line.
Yeah. Do you choose that all of us wear these weird ass tuxedos? Do we have a chip planted in us?
Oh.
Maybe a necklace that explodes if you run past, or the like heart plug thing from Dune. Remember they had like the plug in their.
Wait, what is the thing? What is the thing in Blade Runner on their hand?
I've never seen Blade Runner.
I haven't either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it for like 9 years.
If you watch it now, you're gonna be like, oh, it's not that good.
No, it sucks.
I haven't
Star
seen
Wars
it in a long time.
Is Harrison Ford in that?
Yes.
He is.
Why have I
Very
not
much
seen it then?
I've heard like a glut of spoilers for the Blade Runner.
I actually don't know anything about it. Like, I don't know how I've managed to get this far in my life and know nothing about Blade Runner other than Harrison.
I have to
Ford's
edit
in
this
it.
part out because you're killing our nerd cred right now, you guys.
I know,
This is pretty awful.
but I love Harrison Ford a lot.
Fuck you.
He's my Harrison Ford being slimed is currently my background on Twitter.
I was actually
my
going to
God.
ask about that. Is like him at Nick Choice Awards or something?
Yes.
Guys, that was almost a year ago.
That's my boyfriend.
It
Harrison
was
Ford. I
over
love
a
him.
year ago.
No, that was
wait,
Thanksgiving
it was
episode.
almost a year. Right. My bad. Okay, so the way that convicts are kept in line is that in the official authority water source, there is an enzyme that keeps them alive.
That's fucked up.
Oh,
That's
did you
fucked
think
up.
of that? Messed up.
I'm basing it off of the Jurassic Park thing where dinosaurs couldn't have babies because
Yeah.
of an enzyme.
Because the enzyme.
That's still pretty messed up.
So all you
Okay.
need to fix it is science.
Nature
There's
finds
a
a way.
mistake. Nature always
Nature
will.
finds a way.
Nature will find a way, and they'll find water.
We have more girls on this colony that are notable than males, so nature finds a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how Orphea Coffin is staying alive if she doesn't have some sort of.
Maybe she's stealing.
Maybe she has some
kinda
sort of.
She's probably eating her eggs inside of her when she ovulates. I don't know.
She lays eggs. She lays eggs
Lay eggs.
No, know how girls work.
I
out
don't
of
know.
her vagina.
Can we say,
God.
oddly enough, there's a large number of people's names that start with O?
Oh my God! It's
Whether it's
a
first or third?
conspiracy.
Gosh.
What does that mean?
Gosh dams. Gosh dams.
Actually, I've only seen 3.
Okay.
Oh, 4.
Guys, we still aren't done setting this up.
Yeah. 15
Now-
minutes.
The good thing
No.
is Saturday, and I don't have work tomorrow.
I think it's 15 minutes to set up the rules, and then
Right.
who knows how long.
I'm enjoying the setup, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I think it's fun building it.
It is fun. The good news is that we get an extra hour tonight, so we can just roll that right into this podcast.
Do we really?
Play through the night.
Well, we fall back, so yeah.
Tell that to my brain that's been up since 11 o'clock. So
You woke up at 11 today,
That's
huh?
not
That's
even
pretty
true.
rough.
I know. It was.
You woke up at like.
I said it for comedy.
It can't be funny. It's not true.
Yes,
She said it
but
'cause you're
that's
a
not
liar.
true.
That's one of our oaths.
That's what I can't tell a joke unless it's true. I forgot how.
Isn't that like the plot of a Jim Carrey movie? I think that's a Jim Carrey
Liar,
movie.
That's liar, liar.
This pen is red. Andy Jax, tell me how cool my dick is, or you die. Eddie Jax can't lie.
Please stop.
It's not Eddie. It's Edie.
Edie.
Who picked their person last?
Sarah and I picked last. I don't know if we picked really in order.
No, wasn't you picked? No, didn't Jennifer?
I picked last.
No.
She was
I picked
Nelma.
last.
What I'm saying is Sarah and I picked the final two non-notables.
That's true.
non-oaths.
We did.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that counts though.
It doesn't.
That was out of order because it would
No,
have
that
been
doesn't
50
count.
next.
Okay, so Jennifer picked last.
Yes. So now it's a 50 for whatever's happening.
Right.
Oaths.
For oaths.
Oh God.
Oh, I have
So
to find
after
the
you
oath
pick the
section.
notable, you pick the oaths, which if you are a Fiasco listener, these are the needs, but they're much more strict. As in, you break the need, you fucking die, essentially.
Guys, can I
Yeah, we forgot the needs a lot in Fiasco, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we fucked that up.
I just found there's in the book for Durance. There's like little quotes from
Yeah, can we pause?
theoretical people.
The Durance is like
The book
what-
is beautiful.
what they
Love it.
build is amazing,
Yeah, it's really cool. But the quote that I just glanced at
which is
says,
built within.
"Man's flesh is delicious. It tastes far better than fish or pork." Alexander Pierce,
And
and he's on the authority side. So there's a fucking cannibal.
oh man, really? Okay, I never put that together. Okay, so the authority has a symbol.
Yes.
It's essentially a star. With
It's
like
a
7
A
points.
sun-looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a 7-pointed star.
And the convicts it's like
It looks
A
like target.
target.
a target, but it's just a circle with a
The
dot.
With
in
a
it.
dot in the
It
middle.
looks like a boob.
It's what you unlock at like level 17 in Call of Duty. So
Thank you, Tim, for
what?
that commentary. I just wanted to read that cannibalism.
Yeah,
quote.
no, but
Guys.
actually, I do want to say that the Durance book is super
It looks
cool.
super cool, and it's really interesting to read through.
Yeah, because they have these pictures.
Journal entries.
The
almost?
sketches are beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're obviously selling this to you because we're gonna put an affiliate link in the post, but it is really cool.
I don't think we can do an affiliate link for this.
We
Dang
can't.
I don't
Fuck.
think so.
We can't get ours. So, well, I love it, so I don't care.
I'll
I'll put an affiliate link for a vacuum.
and just tell you that's what it is. Wait, did I do this right? Who is each character? I did this wrong.
What do you mean?
I
Yeah.
just missed. I'm putting little letters so that because I'm like, or for your coffin. Who the fuck
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Good
I just put letters
That's
in
smart.
there.
That's
You got it
smart.
right.
call.
I'm M for Michael because there's already a T for Tim.
Yeah.
And
Well, we've been
Michael is
trying to
what I
call
call
you
you.
Michael anyways, because it's.
Is that
Hilarious.
I'm
'Cause it's human.
rebranding.
Well, yeah, it's weird to call you by a cartoon internet name a little bit.
This is a little bit weird.
Also, it'd be weird if, like, in a staff meeting one day, I accidentally called Michael Thrifty.
And everyone's like, what?
I'm
What
about
does
to
that
fall.
even mean? Okay, so because I have to pick a oath for one of you MFers.
I see.
Multifaceted individuals.
Yes.
What page? Do they have a page that is oaths?
It's Tim. I have it
Yeah,
in
it's
front of you.
108 and 109.
That's why I married you. How'd you get there so quick?
It was right. It's right underneath the name.
It's right after the names.
Oh.
Well, I guess
She's also amazing, so.
Guys, I
she
know how
made
to
the book.
I created this. This is my creation.
That's why you should click on our vacuum affiliate link.
Because I love vacuuming.
Buy a vacuum.
Edie Jack's approved vacuum.
Edie Jack's a vacuum salesman that moved to the untapped market of Glau.
Yeah.
There's so much sand. You
There's
really
so
need
much
the Dyson.
Dyson is a major corporation on Earth 2, which is Earth 1's gone.
Mercutio,
That's him,
you
Tim.
will never tolerate incompetence.
Ooh.
Damn.
And they also say, like, there's a fun way to kind of like word the oaths. It's like, yes, I know we're striving for, what's our drive again?
Control.
I know we're striving for control, but I will never tolerate incompetence to achieve it.
Right.
Nice.
So like even if I'm about to overtake Wilton Aulus, if Lamin Hats is incompetent, Landon Hats will be dead. Is what Theodotus did to me.
Right.
Or I can bow out gracefully, like the last good gift of the Gimbler is that he doesn't.
The Gimbler.
The
Gibbler.
Gobbler is he bows
The
out.
Gibbler Gobbler.
No longer be notable.
Thanksgiving themed Durance.
I got a rock.
You have seen the
Following
Great
your
Pumpkin Charlie
draft.
Brown.
I haven't, but you say that often.
I
Because
do.
no, whenever we say what we roll in D&D, every 25th episode we say I got a rock because we're very funny.
Also, I'm the Charlie
I got
Brown
a
of
6.
D&D.
It's
I
like
got a
I
rock.
got a 22, which means I hit. It's like I got a rock. Ah.
Or,
We're fun.
Tim, pick a note for somebody.
I'm gonna double roll because I was not looking.
Oh, we have to roll for it.
You don't have to.
Irish pick.
Yeah, I'm double rolling.
Just do it. Oh, okay. Damn.
Ooh, I love it. Sailor Pill,
Yes.
your oath, which is a 2-5, I will never kill a man. Which is
Oh no.
fucked up because you're the judge advocate.
What?
Oh no.
That seems like that won't work very well.
I'll never kill a man, but what will I do?
What will you do?
Yeah. Oh, maybe we can do some really fucked up punishment.
You have to touch my butt.
Oh,
You have
I
to
like
touch my
that.
butt.
Just touch it. Your butt is super grotesque.
Just
no
look at it.
one wants to touch it.
Whisper at my butt. Lie to my butt.
Tell my butt is beautiful.
This is like,
We can't be serious. I don't know how to do it.
We're not,
This is-
like,
I will never tell your butt it is beautiful. Is my oath.
yeah, that's 4-2.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So far, Celapil has an oath, and who else?
I will never kill a
And
man is probably the
Mercutio.
best oath in this game.
Because
I
it's
mean, I
like almost
haven't, no.
impossible.
Yeah, but you can get it again if you want to roll chaos, which is the die, which I did.
Okay. Let's see. Wow.
I would never tolerate incompetence is actually really good too. I didn't think about that.
It is a really good one. Let's see.
Because I would never kill a man is like, boom, done, kill it. Incompetence is like, you failed a roll check.
Okay, so for Nelma, I am going to say I will never give an object back.
I will only steal forever.
And is Nelma a
Do
record?
I have to specify
Yeah.
what the object is?
I think you may have to specify the object.
Okay, so then I'm actually going to change it then. So I will never break a promise.
Ooh.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I get to pick. Okay. So I'm picking one for Mitty Gunmouth
That's Tim Tim.
as Tim Tim. And I'm Do they have to be different? Like, can I pick another honor one, or can it be whatever?
Fine. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me double check that. I don't want these other
The way that they set this up is there's 6 categories and then 6 oaths beneath, meaning you either pick out of the 36 options or you can just roll.
Oh man. Can we talk about different ones? Like if I'm.
I think I will never rat out my mates is pretty cool for him.
Yeah, I was thinking that either that or I was also thinking I will never go back there again.
That's great too. That's actually I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna do I'll never go back there again. But the question is there just prison in general?
Well, yeah, I mean that's I guess that's logic.
Yeah.
If there's a prison barracks upon Glau.
That's what I'm choosing. Never go back to prison again.
Because I'm a freeman.
Yeah.
Okay. So who do we have left?
Wilton, Alice,
the governor.
Lemon Hats, Eddie Jacks, Orphea Coffin.
And Edie.
Edie, sorry.
That's all right. I'm thinking Edie Falco. That's my
Edie's
brain.
ice cream.
Yes.
I am going... Shit, we already did that one. All right, I'm gonna roll.
Oh my god, I love that there's one that says, I will never miss an opportunity to eat well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. He's like that Harkonnen man.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have a gravity suit to keep up his belly.
He's fat too.
I don't like that one. I'm rolling again.
I think you just pick, man.
Yeah, it's got juice.
I know.
It's hard. There's so many good choices.
All right. Orphea Coffin.
The bolter.
Yeah.
I will never trust again.
Makes sense.
That's a good one.
Okay. So we go to Tim.
I definitely know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to choose I will never abuse my power, and I'm giving that to Wilton Allis.
Oh.
Okay, now here's a problem, though. Oh, never mind. We still have more to go.
Okay. So I am going to give I will never see goodness or value in any of this to Lymond.
I see goodness or value in any of this. Man, that's dark.
What does that mean?
Nothing has any meaning.
Now, that's gonna be hard to challenge. I think.
Yeah.
You have to challenge that.
Unless he forms a friendship.
Should I pick something else that's easier to challenge?
Nah.
I mean,
it'll be interesting to find a way to challenge
break
that.
it.
I think.
And it definitely says that Captain Shark is a fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, do we pick for the non...
No.
So I have to pick my own then?
Yeah.
So 80 Jacks.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
So is that okay?
No.
I think it is.
Yeah. No, it is. It's totally okay.
The way I read it encouraged you to pick for other people.
But if it happens...
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Right.
Well, I wasn't thinking...
We can challenge it if we think it's wrong.
No, boo.
No.
I will never shoot an alien, which doesn't exist.
I'm actually super happy about this because of my vision of what Edie's like. I'm choosing I will never forgive my husband for what he's done.
Ooh.
Whoa. Who's your husband, though?
He's a planter.
Okay.
He brought me to this hellhole.
So you said, okay, I like it.
Can your husband be a person? Like maybe it's Albin Haley or something, the Marine.
remember, we have literally an infinite number of people.
I know, it's just easier to pick somebody who's
Well, did we
already...
decide that Edie is the wife of a Marine or a planter or?
We didn't decide. I'm just a wife. That's the only thing. I'm there with somebody on the planet,
Right.
so I could be.
It'll probably be. Wouldn't it be easier if we decided that though? I mean,
Could you be
Yeah.
the spouse of the governor?
Could be that.
Could be.
But is that weird because like the governor's so high up? Would I be lower down in the rung?
That's true. That's true.
Here's my thing that I think is
not
weird.
if I would never abuse my power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, dude, I need more pig fat. Like, well, I'm not gonna give you more pig fat. That's abusive. The one thing I am confused about is they make it sound like the Marines are the most populous section of the authority, and yet the spouses are above them, and I think that's kind of weird.
Well, that's why I just assumed I assumed that the Marines, it was like literally like the army, where it's not like you don't go there with your family. You're sent there.
That's true.
No,
That's true.
they
But wasn't Marine wife one of the examples though?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
Oh.
they lean heavily into the Marines being their wife, but they also lean heavily into the swells, the planters, and so forth being their wives.
So I could be a Marine wife. That's fine. I don't
so. I
care.
mean, you could even
And-
be a Marine wife who runs a plantation, so you're higher, a lot higher level than the Marine.
Yeah, and theoretically, this is not necessarily like, oh, you're born into this caste, or you have earned this caste. Like, oh, that's weird. You came here because you chose to, whereas Marine had to. So maybe.
But not
someone would-
necessarily. See, I'm thinking if I'm the spouse, my husband talked me into it. I came.
Right.
came along.
I'm literally saying that the way that the hierarchy works, if you're a spouse of a Marine,
You technically.
you're above him
Yeah.
or her. And I'm saying that the fact that people respect you a little bit more because you chose to. More because Marines had no choice.
Well, I'll let you guys. Since I chose my oath, you guys choose who my husband is.
Ooh.
I'll let you guys choose that for me.
Or wife, it's
Or wife.
it's 3002.
Yeah.
So she's married to Orphea Crawford then?
That wouldn't.
Can she be
really
married
work.
to a convict?
I was leaning to sell a pill, where it wasn't like super hard as Wilton Ollis, but sell a pill is definitely a.
The judge?
Mhm.
Could
The
do that.
judge.
I could do that.
Or again, we could totally marry her to a third party that's not a part of it, because we don't have any planners or.
Would it be more interesting
Swells.
to? I don't know.
And probably, I think it'd be more interesting to have it be a person. but-
I do too.
Okay.
I think so. They make it sound like just like Fiasco. You want to be connected.
Right.
I don't see any way that she would be married to anyone on the comic side. Can we agree?
Yeah,
on
that doesn't make any sense. I think it kind of has.
It has. I think it was most interesting if either sell a pill or Wilton Ollis.
Agreed.
Okay.
Do you want to roll for it?
Roll it.
All right. So.
Odds are Wilton, evens are Salah.
Okay. Where's the dice?
Next to the 5 I made out of my thumbnail clippings.
What did we say?
I don't remember. I don't know what your dice is, so I'll say evens are Wilton and Salah's odds.
I got a 6. So Wilton,
Wilton,
I'm the governor's wife.
you are my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're related to me.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
We haven't necessarily
That's
said
interesting.
how the Dimber Damber and the governor are related, but
Right.
All right.
is there anything else we need to set up?
I believe that is everything.
It only took us how long have we been?
2 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
Wow.
Can we describe what the first turn is? Because I think it makes more sense to have the first episode the chunk of how to play.
Yeah.
Right. Oh no! The last thing we have to do is we have to just roll default dice for the servility, savagery, and control. All right, so I'm just rolling that now. So it's 3, 6, and a 3. Thing.
And can you explain real quick what that means?
Okay. Yes. So these are our default numbers. So if there's conflict in a scene that we need to resolve, whoever is the host of that scene picks 2 of the numbers and re-rolls them. So you can
They can
use
pick any of them.
So you can use some strategy here. But in this case, a 3, a 6, and a 3, only 6 is higher than the thing next to it in clockwise order. So savagery is the only thing that this particular set of rolls could be, because it has to be the thing that it has to be higher and it has to be in clockwise order. Does that make sense?
No.
If you look at it, look at the.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
On the
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because savagery is a 6 and
savagery is a
servility
6. Right, and those are both 3s. So like you could go, okay, I maybe want this to be savagery, so I'm gonna re-roll servility and control.
Yeah, and see what happens. And you're hoping for the savagery because it's already a 6.
Right. And if there's like more than one, like it could theoretically be savagery 6, control 5, and servility 4, and then whoever is the host gets just to pick whichever one they want.
You're like the Speaker of the House.
Yeah. Okay.
So and that sounds like we did all of the setup.
We did.
All right. So take this episode, bring it to your family. Say, listen, I know it's Thanksgiving, but what if we're on a terrible, barren world? Let's put on the Drunks and Dragons and have a great time.
Let's listen to an hour-and-a-half description of how to play a game on Thanksgiving.
I mean,
Well,
I agree. This is silly, but
it does.
Let's call back to we have never played Game of Thrones or Seven Wonders because we've never had anyone to play it with.
Right, and we never have anyone to explain it to us.
I would give I wouldn't give 3 hours, but wait. If someone described like an actual play of a game, I'd give tons of hours to it. So I hope we're somewhat.
Also, it's
you
fun
have
to
a lot of time to spend with your family on Thanksgiving. You have to find something to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, what else are you gonna be
You're
doing?
bored. You're bored.
Yeah.
You have to escape your crazy family.
So yeah, thank you for joining us. That was we love you so much. Thank you so much for bringing us into your Thanksgiving home.
Your Thanksgiving bosom.
Even though Thanksgiving is a month from now.
Hooray, smallpox.
Well, we don't know when they,
Wait,
No.
when are you even gonna be listening? Maybe it's Christmas
Well,
time.
we're
for
in
you.
between-
This podcast will be available for 1 day.
We're in between Canadian Thanksgiving
This
and
is
American
true.
Thanksgiving.
Maybe
We're
you're
probably
listening
like
to.
equidistant.
Maybe you're listening to this from a distant prison planet. Maybe this,
If
this
you're on
match is
Arrakis, just listen to what we say and do what we do.
Let me ride a sandworm. Let me do it.
Please let us.
Yeah, do that. You got to know in our next episode we're gonna do that weird shuffle step.
Of course.
So in your free time, please run over to iTunes and give us a delicious 5-star review where you tell us we're great, and we'll read it on the air. And maybe next week we'll read some of those. If you'd like, we have a lovely website called geeklyinc.com that has forums and wikis. And if you go to geeklyinc.com/store, you'll see some adorable shirts that you could purchase, and then it would help us, and you'd have a thing that would keep you warm.
I really like that D20 shirt. I think I'm gonna buy one.
You should do that. And then I'll be so rich that I'll be able to retire.
So rich.
We are available on the internet via Twitter at Geekly Inc. or at D&D Podcast. I also am personally available on there at Thrifty Nerd.
I'm personally available on the internet on Twitter.com as Jennifer Cheek.
Oh, I'm at Tim Lanning, and sometimes I make videos for at Ginkly Inc. on YouTube.com, so definitely go out and check those out. They're weird, whatever.
I'm impersonally available at Her Lady Tompkins on the Twitters.
So thank you again once more. I cannot stress enough how happy I am that you joined us. Come back next week, because then we'll actually play this game.
Yeah.
But until next week, that was
Donkey.
pretty structured, actually.
That was
That was
the least
meticulously
dicey.
planned.